our little... All right, players looking at their opening hands. Ryan playing everything close to the chest. Can't quite see what's going on there.
All right, what do we got on?
Gabe's got
Looks like
a...
we got an Entomb and One Ring. Okay, we got some gas.
Is that a Lupine prototype in Gabe's hand?
A Lupine? Wait, what?
Technophone, I think, right?
That can't.
No.
I was gonna say, this man is cooking if I'm seeing a Lupine prototype.
I don't know what I saw, but I swear I saw
It was
something.
like a ghost vacuum or something. There's some artifact thing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Now that I'm here, I can do. There we go. Hide that for a second.
Twisting stick thing. Oh, okay, yeah.
The twisting. Okay.
All right.
All right.
We got out of Bant Nadu. What's the opener here?
All right. Floodstrand into.
Gabe doesn't have an answer for a bird on one, so that would be a little unfortunate.
Oh, it's a Tundra.
There's a Tundra. Likes to see that probably.
All right. I can move over a little bit if you want to get closer.
Oh, yeah. All right, and we're on. I mean, Gabe's just basically looking for any reanimate if he can get his hands on it. He's got that Entomb, he's got the early acceleration.
Well, so interestingly enough, I don't know if he's not really playing Reanimator. He just wants that to just make a...
Oh, yeah, make his... I mean, he's got to be entombing some value.
Yeah, what's that?
Something.
What is that card? It's a future shifted something. Oh, Nomad's Encore is the turn one play from... the classic...
Classic friend of Nadu.
Yes.
Nomad's Encore.
All right, so we got a Deathrite Shaman on turn one from Gabe. The
Gabe has the early acceleration this game.
Well, it had, or it has,
Yeah,
but
that one slipped away a little
Mock
bit there,
Sapphire coming out of Nadu into an Agatha's Soul Cauldron. What is, let's take a look at the point spread for these, by the way. The Nadu deck is on...
Triple Mox Natural Order, huh?
Yep, triple Mox,
I like
Mox.
it.
Yep, and then...
fellow Mox player.
Yep, and then Gabe is on also triple Moxes and Red and Six.
I like this. This is how you should be doing Canadian Highlander, right?
That's how you
Moxes?
point all Moxes all the time.
Have you ever started one turn up on your opponent? It's great.
Yeah, it's true.
Ooh,
right.
the Oppo agent there is pretty fun.
Ooh, Opposition Agent might actually be a pretty important card in this matchup. But let's bring up Agatha's Soul Cauldron for those of you who may not be familiar with what this card does. It does everything, is the short answer. All right, Deathrite Shaman, what are we playing here? Agatha's Soul Cauldron in response to the Deathrite Shaman activation. Wow. So remember when I said that this card does everything?
Yeah.
Strip mining your opponent is kind of...
Exile target card from a graveyard too, so he can take, Gabe's lands as well.
Yeah, and noting that Deathrite Shaman's ability to produce mana is not a true mana ability, so you can respond to it, which is kind of gross. And now we've got a Worldly Tutor at end of turn for Nadu. Oh boy.
This is, Gabe's hand looked really strong, but yeah, having like this really good disruption for the Death Knight Shaman and then being able to Worldly Tutor out this Nadu, this hand, he's off to the races here.
Yep.
And he's got the Nomads already on board.
Yep, and Gabe not being able to use that Opposition Agent either.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to disrupt the Nadu here.
Or the Worldly Tutor, yeah. That's all right. Let's just do it. Let's just bring it up for everybody, just for fun.
There he is, the man himself.
The bird, the myth, the legend, the Nadu Winged Wisdom coming down.
The best of the bird wizards, and it is bird wizards are a great class. All right.
Yeah. Slick shot.
I'm playing Balmore in my Canadian Highlander deck.
All right, so we've got the first target onto Nomad's Encore.
All right.
Shocking in a Temple Garden.
Let's see. He's got this basically the whole turn to do whatever he wants. So.
Yeah. So
he should be able to chain something here. It's going to be real hard for.
A second target on the Nomads. Court of Calling going into hand. That's, you know, that's pretty good. All right, Nadu being targeted once. Into a chop. All right.
Targeted again.
Get probe. Okay. All right. So we can chord for one and then just start it all over again.
Yeah. It's going to be really hard for him to not. It's not like guaranteed, but it's going to be really hard for him to not go off here.
Yeah. Get probe for 2 life here. Just get the free card draw. See what's going on. Seeing a hand of really powerful cards, but notably nothing that really interacts with Nadu.
Basically, one turn off from getting repeat haymakered over and over again, but you know, Nadu slips in there, gets under it.
Yep, Nadu. So, I have a question for you, because obviously Nadu's a busted card. Obviously, a design mistake. We don't have to keep going down all of that. I want to know, why doesn't the land intertap?
That is forever my complaint. This card would be great if the land entered tap. There's so many little things we can go ask ourselves. You know, what was going on in that room when
Well,
they designed
we do.
Nadu?
We do. Like, we've all read the article. We all know the article. We've all read it. That's the
official story. All right, this bird is not born out of normal means. All right, something was going on in that room.
And note, didn't even have to play a land for turn yet.
No,
that Windswept Heath is the actual land play.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Are we getting a Dryad Arbor here?
Well, it's definitely like he needs creatures to target, right? And
is Dryad Arbor not in this list? There's no Dryad Arbor in this list. Okay, interesting.
Oh, that's weird.
And there's a Green Sun Zenith.
You think with Green Sun and like having that option just to, you know, very cheaply get another creature. But
yeah. This is the second time I've seen. It's the second time I've seen a Green Suns deck not running Dryad Arbor, where I'm a little confused, and also just like being able to fetch a chump blocker. Like, there's so many interesting little things.
As we found out trying to make cuts for your land base, you know, it's real rough right now. There are so many good lands.
There are a lot of good lands, but you know, you mean to tell me that I don't know, man.
Someone's got to get cut in the
You don't need the Cavern of Souls. There's not enough. I don't know. There's the Spring Heart Nantuko. All right. Gabe just basically gets to put his hands down and let's bring up that Spring Heart Nantuko for everybody, the whole world, to see what this card does.
So he can whiff here, but he's got 2 shots, and then
2 shots.
Land has been played, so technically speaking, he can double brick on like 2 sorceries or something here.
All right. But we also don't really know what's in. Oh, hold on. Let me update this real quick because this is going to bother me. It's round 3. It is not round 2.
True. We are not liars here. Oh, there's a 1 ring. Okay. 1 more. All right.
Avacyn's Pilgrim. Okay.
Oh, he doesn't have the mana to play the Espen. Oh, no, he does.
No, he doesn't.
The Soul Cauldron taps for 1, right?
Does it? I think it only has activated abilities of creatures that it exiles, but
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gabe does get a turn. We get to see what he entombs here.
My guess would be it looks like a Detective's Phoenix, just to try to get some amount of Delirium online.
Whatever it is, he's got to be worried about getting eaten by the Agas, the Soul Cauldron.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you shouldn't really grab a creature.
My Relic of Progenitus does 17 other things.
Yes. Is that a Wildfire or something?
Yeah, that uncommon from New Set.
Wildfire Wickerfolk, just an artifact creature.
Oh, just a hasty 4/3 if you're delirious.
Yeah.
That guy hurts.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious alive.
Yep, here we go. We get to re-go through this here.
Yep. I'm just gonna try to the Cavern of Souls off the thing too, so you get the Spring Heart Nantuko trigger.
Yeah, I can't imagine Gabe has an out to play.
Toxic Deluge. Does he have that in his deck? Now, mind you, he
does
actually
have a
doesn't have the
land.
mana.
Does he have a land in hand?
I don't know.
He might not have a land in hand. Yeah, he might not even be able to, actually. Because there's only one fetch in the bag.
He does not have Toxic Deluge in his list. Also, we're going to remove this Wasteland and add a Wasteland.
Well, there's the Crater Hoof, so we have a win condition.
Craterham Behemoth.
The boy himself. Every green player's
Aladomari's
favorite way to
Call.
win. He's just piling up the ones he's already done.
Yep.
I like that.
I mean,
efficient.
it's the yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, this is the oh well trigger. Get another
Yeah,
insect.
30
All right, let's keep it rolling.
All right.
Again, why do the lands enter untapped?
You know, they thought
Under
this
up.
guy wasn't good enough.
All right, all right, all
He's able to
right. They
cast
were
spells
worried. They
after
were
this.
worried about him not being playable in Commander. Okay, it's so important for every single Magic card to be playable in Commander. no?
Listen, as a Simic player, we just need things sometimes.
Yeah,
As he
like-
flips Oro. And,
yeah, under-
and
under-
Oko was on that.
Under
flip
Mountain
too,
Adventure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for us, all right. You know.
Gabe's in a hard place here.
Yeah. Even if Gabe did manage to wipe the board here, he's still facing.
And I don't think Gabe is running
full
any board
whip.
wipes either. There's
Yeah, I doubt.
I don't see
His list is
any.
very aggro. I doubt he's running much in the way of that.
Okay, Gabe targeting the Windswept Heath here. Oh, he's allowing it.
Okay.
That's a bold move.
I was maybe worried that there's a reanimate or something, but like, there's nothing really. no
What are
targets
we
he has to
worried about
worry that
reanimating?
much, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess
He's probably just
Grist
chilling here.
kill Nadu. I mean, we're just dead to the Craterhoof Behemoth if he has a mana in hand.
Yeah.
But that is
Or if he hits one off his like 17 target
well,
attempts, he has.
well, he can't though.
Unless he
if
kills
Nadu
the
dies,
Nadu,
yeah.
yeah.
Which I believe is what he's doing. Oh wait, Agatha's Soul Conjure doesn't quite do exactly what I was expecting it to do, but it's fine. Okay, we are
what's
we're
happening?
convoking out a we're convoking out a courting for one.
Sylvan Safekeeper? Just to protect the Nadu, maybe?
That would be a good bet. Let's see.
I imagine whatever he's tutoring here is going to stop this Nadu from dying and end this game. Yep, there
Yep.
it is.
Now, mind you, yep, and Gabe's just scooping it up, just kind of accepting the inevitable.
Sometimes your opponent draws like 30 cards. It's fine.
Yep.
It happens. It's magic.
Listen, it's important. It is important for Nadu to be able to provide a little bit of value.
That was a pretty powerful Nadu hand too there.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was particularly a great.
Not in like in a vacuum, but like in having the Agathos to stop the Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, the
and, like-
Agathos-
yeah,
the-
and like the specific matchup there, it ended up playing out real well for Ryan.
Yeah, that was kind of a cracked interaction there.
Just gonna eat the land. You don't get mana. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nice land war elf dweeb.
Yeah, one of those.
Bird is right.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting arguments that, like, you know, I think in most situations people would prefer, like, you know, if you had Llanowar Elves versus Deathrite Shaman, you probably want Deathrite Shaman most of the time for the mana.
Yeah, you're paying
like,
the versatility.
Yeah,
Or you're paying the consistency for versatility, right?
yeah, but
Sometimes you just want a guy that can tap for green.
yeah, but sometimes when your mana ability isn't actually a mana ability, you get blown out real hard by that.
Deathrite is also the most conditional of all of those.
What?
He is also the most conditional of the weirder, like
Yeah, like
requiring
the-
yeah
the requiring
the
targets
bin in
kind
the
of
yard,
thing.
or the
Yeah.
land in the yard. Yeah. But turns out that's worth it when you can do like 2 other things and drain people and be a win condition on your 1-drop. So,
I'm gonna feel real dumb, but did I spell delirium wrong?
ooh,
I did.
ooh.
I apologize, chat.
I would just like it known on the record that I did not do the spelling of any of the things on the screen.
Yeah,
so.
I was looking at it and I was very.
All right, here we go. We're going into game 2.
All right, Gabe's on the play.
It'd be interesting. Like, I feel like we didn't really get to see anything of what GameSec does.
Yeah.
There. He just kind of got burbed out.
Yeah, he's playing he's playing a John Value pile that has a bunch of interesting like
That's
delirium.
very. Someone in chat said it earlier, Technofunk, but it is a very aggressive list. Like,
Yeah, he's running almost every Goif.
this is John Dagro here, and
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I want to see it go off.
Yeah, it's running Detectives Phoenix. Like, when I saw this card printed, I thought it was probably like the worst Phoenix they've ever printed, and yet somehow.
Turns out, if you can cast a spell from a graveyard, it brings a lot of things up.
Yeah, and yet somehow. It's got a Luris in here, Lelia, Rotting Regisaur. Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
Reggie,
Oh,
7/6.
baby.
Ooh,
Ominous
spicy.
Pyrogoyf, Shieldred. Gotta have Shieldred.
Everyone's favorite 4-drop.
Everyone's favorite 4-drop. Let me switch this printing to one that you can actually read.
All right, what do we got? We got a
Lands and
bird
spells. All right.
All right.
It's actually kind of a slow hand,
Yeah,
I
it's-
think. But it's a mulligan,
It's a mulligan, so he's gonna keep it.
yeah, he's
but
got to keep it.
There's not like a good 3-drop to slam onto with this bird, unfortunately, right? Like,
What do you
Grist
mean?
is
There's not a good?
fine.
There's a grist.
Yeah, but like, he wants something that'll kill you, you know.
I mean,
The aggro deck wants to really. He wants to be slamming a power.
all right, we've got a Once Upon a Time. Good old white bordered Once Upon a Time.
My favorite. I love that they gave us these white border.
Thank you,
reprints.
Mystery Booster 2, for your contribution to
I think it's important
Magic.
that we give Wizards credit when they do things right. And
Yes.
giving us more white border cards. Thank you.
Now, mind you, a white bordered card that looks clean.
Some
Like
of them look
old,
real
like
good.
old, like old white bordered cards. Let's be honest, all right. I'm not a Magic boomer, so I can say these things and say old white bordered cards look terrible.
Well,
okay.
you just got to give these ones the 10 years required to get that nice orange yellow glow.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, all right, we got a Mox Sapphire.
All right.
This format's slowly getting popular. I want a reason to play my power that isn't vintage.
Yeah, it's taken off. And as far as like having fun while playing it, it is like, as someone who like has been taking lots of breaks from Magic because I don't always find it as fun as I used to, it's definitely like got me back into it.
Yeah, it's like it's very much like a it's like constructed cube is basically like you just get to sit down and you just get to be like, all right, if I had a whole vintage cube in front of me, like what would I build? It's kind of like that, and it very much feels a lot like that.
And it feels like I'm making choices in deck construction in a way that I haven't in a very long time. Like,
Yeah,
there's
the point
so many
system
effects,
is so interesting.
and there's so many cards in Magic now that like building in a singleton format actually is pretty like you're making very hard cuts for cards that I never would have thought like in a million years I'd be cutting from like a cube-esque deck.
Yeah. Yeah, if it'll expand to the East Coast. Max, I would actually I'd take a look. I'd search for events in around your areas. The Canlander community is very I don't know how expansive it is, but it's probably bigger than you think it is. And like it's also like our webcam games, yeah. And like the community in general is also very proxy friendly too. So if anybody wants to try it out, they can always you don't have to invest that much into it.
Yeah, with some of the cards having insane price tags, it's a nice people are always front.
Yeah.
People proxying stuff. It's a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with the Grist being the 3-drop, right? Is like now he just slams the Stoneforge, gets his combo. Like, there's not enough pressure to make him not go off here with this being the 3-drop he had in his hand, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, he'll be
Yeah.
able to, like, answer some stuff that hits the board eventually, but
Yeah, there's a Clothis. I mean, he does have the Boseiju in hand for the Shuko. So that is something that is pretty nice. So if there's a
if there is a bird,
looming, and the nice thing is that Boseiju's ability is not a spell.
true,
It plays like a spell, but it's not a spell.
you will not get your Nadu.
Yeah, you do not
Not
get
that you do
to
after
you do not
Shuko
get to
anyway.
counter this with regular counter magic. Now, mind you, you can with like a.
So
Oh,
here,
we're
kill
killing the elf.
So we have Entomb Animate Dead here.
All right.
Wonder if we'll see. I wonder what we could see off of it. eyed up Reggie for a second. What if we just got this 7/6?
I mean,
I like Lelia here.
well, he doesn't have the mana, I don't think, and I don't know. I'm playing scared here. Like I'm on a mulligan. My opponent has.
So he's got the Animate Dead for whatever he puts in the bin here.
Oh wait, never mind. You only need 1 mana to Boseiju. But you need 1 green mana, mind you. Oh no, it's
Oh, you're talking
legendary
about
creature.
leaving
It's
Boseiju. He might be. I don't know. If,
Lelia.
it's scary to take a turn off here and leave up Boseiju. Like, yeah, if he has Nadu, you kind of need it, but you're like not putting any pressure on if you don't reanimate this here.
I don't think you necessarily need to worry about that much. Like, I think Gabe's deck is able to go over the top of. All right, we're going for the Anime Dead
Yeah, we're getting
for the Lelia. All right, what do we got? Yeah, Anime Dead is notably an enchantment. So this is an attack for. Is this 1 actually?
Yeah, the Animate Dead gives it -1 mana, so. But it will get a +1 from
+1/+1
the
counter.
so
Yeah.
it'll end up being 2.
Yeah, good old attack for
God,
2.
Lelia is such a good card.
Lelia is a very, very good Magic card. Maybe Gabe was hoping to spike the land off of Lelia.
Yeah. Or just, I think
Is-
Gabe is worried about just needing to develop here, and like if he has the Nadu, he has it.
Is there a Discord group for Canlander? I believe there is.
Yeah, there's a lot of community stuff for it.
Maximum. If you want to go on Twitter and find Benjamin Wheeler, like he probably has a link to several Canlander Discords on his yeah. Otherwise, if you go to our website, MistyMountainGames.com, you can find a link to our Discord, which has a dedicated Canlander server in it as well, or
much
channel
more-
technically.
For the Canlander group in particular, though, it's much more in person here. It's not like a huge, we don't like webcam game very often. or
Yeah,
anything like that.
but they might also be able to give you some more resources in terms of that as well. It's a very good.
Oh, Agatha's is back.
Agatha's Soul Cauldron is back.
Agatha all along.
We're floating the 1 mana from the Urza Saga. What are we getting? What options do we have? He drew the Mox Jet. My guess would be Mox Emerald. Okay, we're getting a Shadow Spear. All right.
Just gain 1,000,000 life. We don't hate that.
You know what, 1,000,000 life? I mean, it does make Crater Hoof Behemoth a little bit harder to win with.
Yeah. Crater Hoof, people think Crater Hoof is 1,000,000, but it's like a 40. Like if you can get out of there, you'll get there. It's like a 30-ish in the format.
In a lot of cases, but if you're all right, so we're equipping. All right,
We are just going.
we're going
on the
all in on that
plan,
Lelia.
and I like
All
it.
right.
Oh,
All right, what we got? Spiking a
the
forest
land.
off the top.
what? Oh, the Shuka. What's equipped to the?
Yeah, the Shuka's equipped to the, making it a 2/2. All right, it's a good old attack for 2 here. I believe. No, it's 3. Yeah, it's 3.
See, this is what we like to see out of our 3-drops, Chris. They have to kill our opponent.
Yes.
That's the Magic has gotten so good that our 3-drops have to be murdered.
Oh my goodness,
And our
Grist.
4-drops
Is
have to
Grist
be
wait,
that
is Grist
thing.
actually getting an extra trigger here? Grist has extra text on that mill
Oh,
effect.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's if it's an insect. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Shieldred, while she does look like a spider, is not an insect. Now, mind you,
Also, spiders
are not
not
insects.
insects.
Yes.
Shout out to all my.
In real life, in Magic, they are.
I can't think of any spiders to fact check you there. I'll
Ishkana.
trust you. I'll trust you.
Yeah, they are. Here, actually, let's see. It's got to have a spider somewhere, right?
I'll make the fatal flaw of trusting Chris.
You make the fatal flaw. All right, here we're gonna mess with Gabe's deck list for a second.
All right. So
Oh
we
no,
have-
spider is its
what
own
is
creature
it?
type.
Oh,
All right,
it's
I'm
the
wrong.
Nadu.
Wow, never mind. I'm just bad. All right, there's the Nadu.
But we had the force of the Beseiju.
We have the Beseiju for the Shuko.
This time Gabe has all the answers. for
There
what
you
we
go.
wanna do. That's what makes this format so cool though. Is like, all these cards. There's so many like intricate interactions happening that like the disruption and stuff. It's like it's very cool to see the back and forth happen in these kinds of games.
Yeah. And like you get to have more of a back and forth because you're not also having to politic your way around the table to try to be like, no, how could you do that to me?
And because nowadays Magic cards are all so powerful that every card does 7 things.
Yeah.
And can interact a lot. Which if your format is like built around that being the premise and you have enough of it, like it works out.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Oh, it has to be a basic land type, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't get like Caracas to be able to target your Nadu to get 1 extra trigger off of it. All right, so
This one, I feel, even though we have the classic bird on the battlefield, I feel that Gabe is in a commanding position here.
yeah, Nadu at this point is just a 3/4.
Nadu's just waiting to die to a grist.
Yeah, not particularly sure what is in Ryan's hand, but
Yeah, he's sitting on I think at least 4 or 5 cards.
I'm doing a very bad job at like casting and trying to like pay attention to what's in everybody's hands here.
That's the hard part. Yeah, not being able to see. It's always one of the things. Not being able to see hands is always like in poker how they have those like
Yeah.
under camera tables or under
the
table
little-
cameras. I'll
yeah,
say
the
it the
little
right
peak.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, those would be like very helpful. But then we'd have to cut holes in tables and that sounds
All right,
like work.
what's happening to Grist here? Oh, might be a judge call here.
Yeah, looks like it. He's talking to someone off to the side.
Oh, is this what happens? I bet I know what the judge call is. If Grist dies, what happens when you exile it with Agatha's Soul Cauldron? Because Grist is a creature.
Every creature gets the Planeswalker abilities of Grist. My Nadu is +2 loyalty.
I mean, that is a very
Creatures control have all activated abilities. Our Planeswalker.
with 0 loyalty. Mind you, maximum. That's true, but they don't die because they're not planeswalkers. Like the creatures wouldn't be planeswalkers. It's a common thing in Yogg.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
That would come
so do they get the planeswalker loyalty abilities then?
I can't imagine. It would be very funny if they did though.
Oh, they do. Yep. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, that's sick.
That's so good. All right. Well, we've got the bird on the field. Let's see what we do. We have 3 creatures, which is insane. And why Cauldron is so good. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Now, it's one of the reasons why Cauldron is good, but it's also why Grist is insane, right?
That's why having cards that say this does something it normally shouldn't be able to can tend to lead to some weird things.
Yeah.
This thing is a creature. Okay.
All right, so how did... Oh, Meticulous Archive. Okay, that's how
The Worthy Tutor.
the thing got into the graveyard.
Yeah.
All right, so now Nadu and
I love the sheet of paper that has the Nadu zones.
yep. All right. Now, what do you do, Nadu? All right. So, notably, since the
Shuko is Shu done.
the Shuko's done, but that one card, this guy, Nomad's Encore, is exiled under Agatha's Soul Cauldron, and Nadu and Stoneforge Mystic both have activated abilities of that. They get to act as your build your own Nomad's Encore.
The Agathas. Yep.
All right. What do we spike here? Wow. Lots of borderless cards in there.
And good cards, and he'll be able to draw a lot of cards and cast a lot of or get more triggers next turn. But he's got to live here.
Yeah, you can turn Young Wolf into Grist very easily. Ooh, yeah, that's so good. All right. Well, bullet dodge from Gabe now.
Now.
All right. Now we get to reset. Got a polluted delta. And a Temple
We're
Garden.
hitting the lands.
All right, there. I
know
believe
if
a
he-
Get Lost was one of the cards that
Yeah, so what does he have?
that was drawn, or not, because they don't have a Get Lost in their deck. All right, Mental Misstep.
Well, that's good to know about.
That is a very good card to know about. And Ignoble Hierarch. All right, so no.
Don't think he has any interaction off this one polluted delta, but next turn is going to be real crazy if Gabe can't figure this out.
Yep. Well, Gabe's got a One Ring, so Gabe gets a free turn. Well, actually, we grist the Nadu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, notably getting rid of the only blocker, and this Lelia is going to be attacking for 4. I believe it's 4.
There's a Shadow Spear on it too.
Oh yeah. So it's
5.
5.
'cause
Yeah,
it's got
attack for 5.
Yeah,
Yep.
This one from the thing too.
Yep. All right.
And we got the him.
Okay.
Unfortunately, him less good when your opponent draws like 8 cards.
Yeah. So what do we do? I think, do we just slam One Ring here? Aqua Part is not being able to exile Nadu before Cauldron can. Yeah. But also, like, Nadu's ability isn't an activated ability, thankfully. So you don't...
So we're just slamming the ring here.
Yeah, I think we just slam the ring.
Yeah, like your opponent has a million cards. They either can answer your board or they can't, right? That's where you're at here.
Yeah. All right, draw a card.
The Clothis doesn't really help.
No, the Clothis doesn't.
He's pretty far from devotion, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the Clothis.
Yeah. And 7 for that one, I think. So
Yeah.
Might as well just start drawing some cards.
It's fun to see, even if it was just for one god. It was cool to see a god come back with the. Actually, no. All of the other gods from Theros Beyond Death had the devotion.
Yeah.
The devotion active. Yeah.
They were all the 7 verse 5.
The original god text. All right, what's the 1 blue for? Clothis plus Harvester is 3 damage. All right, we got a Swords to Plowshares on Lelia.
Okay. Game needs to find a way to deal 1 damage.
All right.
And we are rapidly approaching the it doesn't die to most creative boards still state.
Yeah. Is black green? That's a question I have. Since I don't want to. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it absolutely is. Maximum. There are.
Black green like black green with like one other color. Yeah, there's so many variations on like Abzan.
Yeah. Black green X decks are absolutely viable. Because you get all the best interaction and everything that makes them so good. And you get all of the cards for it. So you just get to. Yeah, you just get to kind of do whatever you want.
Okay, so this one is getting a little bit dicier. I mean, Gabe's kind of not totally gassed out, but
Yeah, okay. Oh, we got an attack from. Okay,
Stoneforge getting in. Get out of here, Grist.
that. I think if you're Gabe, you're okay with that.
So we can, with Shadow Spear, the bird.
Well, I mean,
can do
also,
one.
Gabe also does have protection from everything at the moment, so can't attack him. White Plume Adventurer. All right, the initiative has hit the board.
All right.
Baldur's Gate was such a good set. I know people were off it. You smell an Ewit. Does he have Ewit in his deck? There is no Eternal Witness, or there's no regrowth either. There's like no.
Yeah. Not good enough anymore, I guess. Ewit is a little
I don't.
slow for this format, I think, now.
I don't know. I mean, there's a Court. If you're running Court of Calling, you can almost certainly run Ewit, right? And like
So we got
Crater.
2 damage off the Colossus. We can get 1 off the... The problem is he only has 3 mana, so if you like equip Shadow Spear, hit for 1, he can't do anything else really that turn. But
Yeah.
he's so close.
Yeah. Now, mind you, Ryan is 1 turn off, I believe, from just straight up being able to cast the Atraxa that's in his hand. That is one of the cards I do remember him drawing, was Atraxa.
Okay.
So,
Is there early... I feel like they always just put 2 counters on it. Can you gain life off the initiative dungeon in one of the earlier runs?
no.
Loses 5. No, so he doesn't have to worry about that. If Ryan can just gain a little bit of life here, he's just...
Well, there's some life. Oko on the One Ring.
Yo, that ring's an elk.
Do you remember when Oko was just... I mean, Oko still is kind of a cracked and half magic card.
It turns out, still good.
Yeah. Oko as
Oko has
a
withstood the test of time.
as a generic removal spell is just kind of
Well, it's a generic removal spell that gains you a bunch of life, too.
yeah. And at 5 loyalty too, like he got around the 1 burn spell in the entire format that he was printed in that could have actually killed him. In Fry.
What?
I genuinely don't know. It's a 1 mana
Mother
white
of
card.
Runes? That's Mom, I think.
Is that Mom? Yeah, it is.
Powerful Mom art right there. But yeah, this is the make or break turn for Gabe here, I think. What do we got?
All right, what are we drawing? We draw a Badlands.
Land.
All right. So what can we...
Man, the Clothis does.
With 3
Just 2.
blockers suddenly? I mean,
But the Shadow Spear is 2 to equip?
Shadow Spear is 2 to equip.
So yeah, you can't equip.
Shadow
Hit for
Spear
1 for
functionally
Clothis.
costs you 3 mana to be able to equip.
True. He could go for the blood.
So we're equipping... Alright, so we're attacking for 4 here.
He's getting with the elk, but the elk can just get chummed.
Yeah,
Unless
okay.
rather he would have equipped to the bird maybe and just tried to go in, get him to 2, and then go for the Clothis.
Oh, we're going for the double block. Interesting. Could just rip Bolt off the top with a blood token. Yeah.
And either way,
He doesn't have the mana to do that, though. I don't think, right? Because he had that blood token to cost 1 to activate.
Yeah, he should be able. He could.
I mean, now he doesn't have it. I don't
Now
know when
he
you
doesn't,
actually
yeah.
sent the...
When at the start of the turn, yeah.
All
As
right,
far as like
so
the
we're
lines you could have taken this turn.
exiling the Shieldred.
Yeah, I think the blood token was the right call because if you attack with the bird, then he just makes a food with Oko, gains life, and gets out of range of it anyway, and doesn't have to worry about it. Yeah, I think that was probably the only line there.
Are we-
Getting to realize that Nomad's Encore does other things than just trigger Nadu over and
Well,
over again.
it's actually interesting because it... I don't... doesn't Bird put opponent to 2 then, Clothis?
Yeah, Clothis is upkeep, so you'd have to make it back around. Yeah, I think the blood token was the line there, but
On the bright side, Clothis does dodge Oko. So I think that's probably the... Okay, we're Blood Tithe Harvesting instead. So opting
now
to...
here's the moment of truth where he untaps next turn and draws the bolt. It's like, no!
Core also screws up math, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like this guy
Alright.
does more than just turn on Nadu.
So we're
unfortunately.
going to the Forge now. On upkeep with the initiative.
Yeah, the Forge that is the back, but yeah, every time someone plays White Plume on me, and it's like, yeah, okay, that guy's he's a 5/5 now.
Yeah.
Gabe's at a healthy 38, so it might take a minute.
It
but
might take a little bit, but I don't know if we can...
This one is gonna. This one seems like.
I
It's
think
gonna
game
start
has
all the
like
way from
one
the
more
big
turn here because
Yeah.
we've got... I think we have an Atraxa incoming soon. All right, next turn. Next turn we have an Atraxa. Wait, okay, so he could have cast Atraxa this turn if he wanted to, but he opted not to. Is there a Spring? I think there's a Spring Heart Nantuko in hand.
He also might just want to make a food and then crack it to gain a little bit of life.
Maybe.
Make sure he leaves 2 up. Oh, I think he's missing the
Seasoned
black.
Engineer. Oh, he's mixed. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Is that a Seasoned Dungeoneer?
What
All
if
right,
we
we're
just
doing...
did more of that instead.
Were we goading a creature? Or creating a... Or wait, no. Oh, we can, but I'm assuming that we're going to trap. Yeah, we trapped. Okay.
Yeah. Understandable.
All right. So the Ignoble Hierarch represents the black for next turn.
So we'll see Atraxa hit the board.
Whenever
probably
you
next
attack
turn.
with a... Target attacking gains protection from creatures it explores. Oh my goodness gracious alive.
Yeah, that card's insane.
I don't know if I've read the text of like any of these things before, but also I know White Plume Adventure also has text on it.
I think
If you've completed
core
it.
is just creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, core prevents damage to... Yeah.
Yeah, dealt the target creature you control instead.
Mm-hmm. If you attack with birds, then play Clothis, don't you win next turn? Let's look at Clothis.
You do if they don't. They see it on board, so he could have been able to like make a food and cracked it to gain a little bit of life or something. Technically, it would have presented lethal, but he would have been able to play around it on board a little bit. Still feels maybe like the better
Got
play
a new
than
Johnny
just
here.
Shadow Spearing up the elk, but oh, Johnny's on the board now. My welcome to this format was having my opponent Caracas as a Johnny over and over on me again. I was like, I hate this. No,
I hate it here.
I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah, he's just gonna.
Well, also, with the Agatha Soul Cauldron in hand, it does not matter because the Soul Cauldron can just exile anything that you do. So Clothis is actually kind of just a dead card.
Oh yeah, how does that work with exile, target from the graveyard? Yeah, the wording on it's kind of weird. If it was a land or if it was, or wait,
No.
otherwise.
Exile target card from a
Oh
graveyard.
no, it
has-
actually still would work because it would check, and it would see that it wasn't a land.
No, because there's no target. There's no more. There's no more
wait,
target.
yeah.
Like it has to
Has to
exile in
still
order for
be
the
there.
effect to work.
Yeah. I think Soul Cauldron's good. Relic Progenitus, good card.
Uh-huh. So we have an abrupt decay for something. I
just
like I
can't
don't
see us
know
getting him out of this.
the commercial district. Being a draw is kind of painful. What's the next? Archives? Draw a card?
So what do we got?
Alright, so what do we. Alright, well, Gabe likes what he sees on top. Or at least doesn't hate it.
I imagine the only thing you'd keep on top here is like something that answers this. So
If you're able to decay Cauldron and save Clothis, you don't lose. Well, now it's the fun thing of if you decay. Yeah, I don't know. This is a. God, and you still have Oko too? Yeah, I can't. Could you imagine if Gabe, like, brought this game back and somehow, like, then they have to play game 3?
he abrupts the Oko.
Okay, Abrupt Decay Oko. That's probably the correct choice,
I'm
not knowing
so
what your opponent
interested
has.
to see what he kept on top though, because like you surveil into this board, right, and you
Yeah.
keep it on top. Like it has to be something that does something here, right?
Now
Like,
they
you
can
know
make
you-
Cauldron Oko. No, yeah, because Oko's not the creature. Yeah. Thankfully, only works with Grist.
All right, gain 3 life. We are now
All right.
outside of Dead to Bolt range.
Good. Oh, could you
Everyone is
imagine
an
if Oko was a creature? Oh God, that'd be so gross. All right, now but now now, Seasoned Dungeoneer or not. Now he has 3 Grists on the battlefield.
He's gristing out of his mind. I love this interaction. I didn't know this worked like this. This is my favorite new thing I learned today.
All right, so with 3 Grists and Atraxa in hand, he needs a Fury. He needs.
Yeah, maybe 2.
This is
I am so interested to
And we
see
get
what's
to
on
draw a
top of his
card.
library. What did he keep here?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if we can try to figure it out.
Is there anything?
I mean, Fury is in the deck,
Maybe it is just a Fury on top of this deck, right? It could be.
but like that doesn't do anything. Fury does nothing on this board.
Definitely doesn't do enough, that's for sure.
Like, is it Kroxa? To just try to like. But that doesn't. I think Cauldron. That's what I would have gone for based on the fact that I believe that all abilities of Cauldron is in play. Oh, instead of the Oko?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. To be fair, I don't think there was a good choice. There was a slightly less bad choice, and maybe because I don't know. I mean, we have Gabe's entire deck list here, but we don't have as many reps with it. There's a chance that like the Oko was probably just straight up the correct call based off of the other cards that he has in hand or in the deck. But here comes an
there's the
Atraxa.
Atraxa, though.
Good old Atraxa.
Nasty Taraxi? Not to be confused with Nasty Tarasti.
Just a slightly better Gristlebrand here.
Yeah.
So for all the card types, so we got a Chrome Mox for Artifact. This is gross. Endurance for creature. That's probably correct since you're playing against a Delirium deck. I have no idea what that card is. Crop Rot.
Yeah, that's not what that is. Prismatic Ending, yeah. That's what
Prismatic Ending. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everybody who has good knowledge of special borders of cards because
it is. It's a nightmare for trying
It
to
is-
do commentary nowadays.
yeah,
What
it's
secret layer is that? Shit.
it's a hard one.
So we're taking. God, is that a 6/6 Undermountain Adventure?
It's a lot. Like ending the Shadow Spear. Okay.
Sure, seems fair.
I mean, I think at this point Ryan's just kind of playing with his food.
Yeah, I mean,
Now remember when we were worried about Nadu?
turns out there's a deck behind that bird.
Yeah. One of the many glorious things about
King
kind of
Highlander.
Canlander. Yeah, you just kind of get to do. You just kind of get to, it's like, oh, my Nadu's dead. Okay. There are like three. There are two bad cards in.
Yeah, there has to be a deck behind it, right? Like,
Yeah.
it can't be as tunneled as the modern version.
Yeah.
Is, and yeah, there's only so many cards that funnel into Nadu, so you have to put a good deck behind it.
Yeah, and I
that you
mean,
just throw
and
something
like
into your
thankfully, and like Ryan absolutely could have gone with the like all in on Nadu strat where like you're running regrowth, you're running Ewit, you're running every single recursive effect for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you can like, but instead of choosing to do that, you know, Ryan's running like 2.5 bad cards that combo only with Nadu in Nomad's Encore, Shuko, and Sylvan Safekeeper. And Sylvan's Safekeeper is the half card because that card's also just kind of good.
You also get to blow people out with not knowing what Nomad's Encore does.
Yeah. So yeah, that's only what, like 4 cards out of your 100 cards to be able to play with. So yeah, instead you just get to do this.
Looks like we're taking a lot here.
It's a lot of.
He's just not even gonna jump it, yeah. What are we at? Okay, 14. He took 14 there.
Yeah.
Not as well.
All right, but the real question is what's on top of the deck?
Right? He kept this. This is what he wanted.
Now,
Now
and Gabe is not
looking through
scooping.
his deck, there is not really something in there that gets him out of this, I don't think. But he kept this on top, so
Yeah, Gabe is not scooping. So I wonder what is.
it's a Bonfire of the Damned off the top. X equals 5 doesn't kill.
Yeah. Bonfire also not in the deck, but yeah, that would be.
Yeah, it would be. Like Thunderous Wrath, Miracle 5 you, and then Gutshot you that I stole from the back somewhere.
Are we Eldritch Evolutioning?
Yeah, his turn's not even over.
What is. All right, what do we sacrifice?
The cat token, so we're gonna.
Oh,
get
so
a
we can
two-drop.
flip a Johnny?
True.
Cauldron protects against.
The Guide of Souls, huh?
Just in case. Okay,
There
and
we
Gabe's
go,
done.
all
And
right.
Gabe's like, all right. What was on top? What was on top? Okay, now they're going.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah. Just
that was
the value built up there. It was rough.
So we actually kind of got like a fun little. We never really got to see what Gabe's deck did, but we got to see 2 different methods of attack from the Nadu deck there.
Yeah.
We got to see Nadu just doing Nadu things, just kind of, showing why Nadu's design probably not that great and healthy for Magic.
I think they should make more Simic cards like that.
More Simic cards. Yeah, only Simic though.
Yeah.
It can't be anything else.
You guys don't get these.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
I get them.
Only green blue.